Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm so excited to be doing this video because it's great to know that every day, every week, every month, and every year we have the chance to start over. So these are just 5 tips from me that might help you have a happy and successful 2018. Stick around if you want to get some tips. Tip number 1, and it is a very cliche and obvious, it is goals and resolutions. So I'm big on goals, always have been. What I do want to say about goals though, that is important is that there are long-term goals and short-term goals. So we tend to make long-term goals for each year, 2016, 2017, what can we accomplish in 2018? And it is great to have long-term goals, that's important, but it's really, really important to have short-term goals. So for example, I want to be healthy in 2018, or I want to cut out every bad food in 2018 and I'm going to be fit. Okay, so great goal, but realistically you need to have short-term goals so that you can keep up with that. So for the month of January or for the month of February, you know, like each month have a set goal. So let's say January, what I'm going to do to be healthy or to lose some weight is I am going to cut out X, Y, and Z. For me, right before my wedding, I lost 20 pounds. And it wasn't like I just like crash diet, like did all this crazy stuff, like intense workout. I literally just cut out a couple of things that I knew I was guilty of eating, and like it helped so much without me even like trying really hard. My point is that if you have something that you love to snack on all the time and you know it's bad, 3 things that you can commit to giving up without giving up all the rest, but that you know will help you and help encourage you to give up more things or to feel better. See how the first week, first month, how your body feels, how your body reacts. Did you make any progress? This way you'll start to see a little bit of change and it encourages you to keep going. Try to also eliminate some of the liquids, like soda has so much sugar. If you just try to give up that, or maybe any specialty drinks from Starbucks. I know I used to be hooked on caramel macchiatos and all the caramel in that and all the sweet and the syrup and sugar. Literally, like, it adds up. So just try to eliminate 1 or 2 things for the first month. This way you're motivated to continue with the long-term goals. Or like, I don't know, if you want to be more organized and clean, like I talked in my last video, the small things matter. So start with waking up every day and making your bed. Make that be a task you do every day. This way you're motivated to do other things. So for the first month of January, I'm going to make my bed every single day. I'm going to vacuum every Sunday. You know, like make small goals for the bigger long-term ones. Tip number 2 is realization. So every December, every New Year's, everyone is on this high. Like, I'm so pumped, I'm ready for the new year, gonna have a fresh new start. I have all these resolutions and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna lose weight, all this stuff. We're on this high, right? Realization though, this high is going to dwindle down over time, right? The hype wears off, the holidays are over, time goes by and you're just like, ugh, I messed up, like, oh man, like I'm over it, like whatever, next year. What can you do to keep yourself motivated? Not only that, but what are the trigger points that can kind of make you spiral downward? And I think that's something that I have to look at for myself. So let's like give an example. So if you mess up one day out of the week, the first week of January, you've already screwed up and you're like, oh my gosh, like no, this is impossible. Or you mess up a couple times a week, or you don't reach a certain goal in the first week and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm over it and this is it, like I'm giving up. That is, you have to realize that you're gonna have bumps in the road, you're gonna have hiccups, you're gonna fail, you're gonna have a couple of days where you're not gonna do well in your diet, but the key is that you realize that that's gonna happen. So what can you do to better yourself and continue? Well, just look at every single day as a new start. Monday is a fresh week, like it's fine. We had a bad week, we're gonna get over it. I think that we just give up so easily if we don't see results in a matter of a quick amount of time, and that is dangerous because things happen in a longer progress. Even if you did mess up 4 days out of the 7 days, at least you're doing 3 days of something that you weren't doing before, or 3 healthy days that you really weren't keeping up with before. Another example of like a trigger point, this is like super random. For people who aren't rolling in the dough and aren't like well off with money and have families who have money and all that, like even like me, like I struggle financially. You know, I'm an entrepreneur working towards that. So when it comes Christmas time, when I get some gift cards and then January comes and Zara's semi-annual sale is there, like I'm all in that store and I'm shopping and I have this like rush of excitement and high and like I'm gonna get a new wardrobe and I'm gonna like look good, feel good, and be confident and all this stuff. Like that's how we feel. Like I don't know, for me, this is just an example of realization and trigger points. So if I go into Zara with my gift cards after Christmas, which I'm going to be doing, and I shop and I buy like this floral printed blazer and these patent leather red boots, and if I get these pieces that I love, which is nothing wrong with it, but I come home, I wear it once, and then I'm like, oh crap, like when am I gonna wear that again? So like if you're out and you're shopping and you don't have a lot of money, like something that you could do, a tip could be, all right, well this year, instead of buying pieces that I love and like I'm just like drawn to and they're glitzy and like just like statement pieces, you know, get pieces that you can re-wear. Get colors that you can mix and match with. Get pieces that you know maybe are a little bit more in higher price, but the quality is better and you'll get more wear out of it and more time with it. I do have some fashion videos below. I will link them down below for some of my tips and what I do. Yeah, like this year, if you're not feeling confident and you don't have like the clothes you want, try to get things that you can reuse. Even another tip, go to a thrift store. There's so many finds, so that's another way of like spending your money wisely and not coming down from this high shopping spree, but you really didn't buy stuff that you can get use out of. You know what I mean? Whatever route you're going with your career, you may not get that promotion right away. You may not get acknowledged right away. You may not reach the sales you want. Make sure that you don't give up when you're not recognized right away, when you don't get the promotion right away. Make the short-term goals and stay consistent. Consistency is key. Go into 2018 free of guilt, bitterness, and unforgiveness. So important for starting a fresh year and a fresh mind, and also just being happy and successful. If you're holding on to grudges for people, if you're holding on to unforgiveness, you're not able to let go of things, if you're harboring bad feelings and negative thoughts, or if you have your own guilty conscience, or you can't even forgive yourself for something you did, you have to take this time in 2018, really before 2018, to let go of all that. Make right things with people that you haven't spoken to, and even if you don't want to speak to that person, at least forgive them in your heart and let go of that bitterness. Because the bitterness really harbors inside you, it really eats at you, it really plays an effect on, you know, the things that you say. Sometimes we don't really realize that, but everything kind of plays into factor of like your life and how you treat people. And if you're bitter, you're gonna take it out on someone else. Like if you let go of those things, you will have a weight lifted off yourself, you'll have a clear mind, and you'll be able to focus on what you need to focus on. Not your past, not someone who hurt you, not what they're doing, not what that person's doing. Do not hold on to those things. Make 2018 a clear, fresh start of just being positive and being forgiving and loving. Tip number 4 is your character. If you are out here and you're trying to get into a relationship, like, oh, my goal this year I'm gonna find the love of my life, I'm going to get into a healthy relationship, I am going to be happy and find the one, that is my mission for 2018. Girl, that is a great long-term goal. Believe me, it is. I know all about that. But what I really believe in my heart, and a tip for you guys, from me, is to work on yourself first. Work on your character. That could be your short-term goals. The long-term goal is, let's get into a good relationship, let's get into a healthy relationship. But if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not the best that you can be, if you're not confident and you don't love yourself the way you need to, your relationships are never going to be healthy or happy, and inevitably you're just going to keep searching for that person or that void or that someone to fulfill what you're missing inside. So let your short-term goals, January, February, Valentine's Day, any month, like What can you do to better yourself? What can you do to build your confidence? What can you do to help your character, everything about you that makes you who you are, a better person? Your weaknesses that you have, because we all have weaknesses, we all have things that we have to work on. We're constantly growing. You have to go into a relationship with two individuals who are your own people, who have stuff going on. You don't want to have to rely on a relationship to fulfill you. But let's say you are in a relationship, you are, you know, engaged, married, or just in a relationship. You know, I'm married, so for me, like, my goal isn't to find the love of my life. My goal now would be like, let's just say you feel like, oh, this year I'm gonna make my husband do this, like, or this year, you know, me and my husband are going to fix this problem in our relationship. Instead of the long-term goal of trying to fix or change the situation or change the person, make a short-term goal of how you can work on yourself in that relationship, because often enough we don't really take a look at ourselves. We tend to blame it on the other person. We tend to want to change or manipulate the spouse, and you know, I find myself being like, why can't you do this? Or like, can you work on that? You know what I mean? Like, we're all guilty of that, but it's so important to also just really take a look at yourself. So 2018, instead of nagging our spouses or boyfriends or fiancés on what they can do, why not work on yourself? This way you can be an example and you can just be confident that you're doing all that you can do. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I have to get right with God. I have to get right in my mental state, in my intelligence, in my character, in my heart, and just, there's so many things that we can work on. So take the time, 2018, to work on yourself. In the long run, you're gonna find that person. That person is gonna be so attracted to you because you have so much going on in your life. You have the confidence you need and the love that you have for yourself. You know, just for positivity, for wisdom, for peace, for me, I find my strength and my wisdom and my peace through God. And so that is something that I start off with every single day with my spiritual wellness. And if you're interested in that, just what I've experienced through God, I have a blog, a website that you can go to. It has spiritual wellness, relationships, and beauty and lifestyle. When it comes to work, same thing. Make short-term goals to work on your character, do the little things right, always be positive, don't come in late, come to work on time, ask questions, be personable, be positive, do anything you possibly can to better your character so that in the long run, you will get that promotion, you will be successful, you will make more money. People will be drawn to you. Lastly, tip number 5, get rid of bad habits, toxic relationships, and chaotic situations. Toxic relationships when it comes to friends, family, or someone that you're in your love interest or relationship. Make it a point to just cut it out of your life. When it comes to chaotic situations, don't go out with that person who is going to influence you to do bad things, to bring out the worst in you. You know that person who can influence you. Something always goes wrong when you're with this person, and it is just a chaos, and it's not good for you and your soul. So stop going out with this person. Take the night off. Stay home. Don't go to that place that you know you're going to get in trouble. It's just not a good situation. Don't go there. Make it a point. Don't do that thing that is bad for you, that is toxic for you. You're the only one who knows what that is. We all have weaknesses. We all have temptations. We all have these things that can bring us down. So to prevent that, stay away from it. Anything toxic, any bad relationship, anything that is bad for you. This way you have a positive mind and a clear conscience, and you're able to really focus on bettering your life, bettering your career, and bettering your relationships. You want to make time for the people that are good to you, that value you and your time. Get rid of the things that are cluttering your life, that is in your house, that is useless, because if it doesn't spark joy, as KonMari says, then you need to get rid of it. It's just going to sit there and take up space in your home, and you want to have a clear space, clear mind. I have quite a few videos on decluttering your home, decluttering your mind. It's down below. I will link them. Lastly, what I want to say to you guys, and it's very important, is that in 2018, by the time that 2018 is over, you may not accomplish all the goals that you planned. It's just life. And sometimes it could be a really big letdown for us, and discouraging and kind of makes you want to give up. But honestly, year after year, I have not accomplished at least, you know, 1 or 2 of the things that I put on my list. And it, you know, it could have really made me just give up. Some of the things that were important to me, I did accomplish, but I want to let you guys know that no matter what, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep making those goals. You have to keep staying motivated. We all fail. I mean, failure is a part of growth and life and success. So just stay motivated. And that's really my 5 tips. The only other thing that I do want to mention is obviously with the making goals and planning and stuff, this is my 2017, which you've seen quite a few times, my calendar and planner, and this is just my journal to write in book for success, plans, goals, accomplishments, to-dos, and ideas. And now this year I have a new journal for 2018 and a new planner. To be honest, I don't love this planner and I'm thinking I might have to get a new one. For me, I have to love my stationery and my books. If I don't love it, I don't really want to write in it, you know what I mean? So there's specific ones I'm really anal with it, so I might get a new one. So just try to get one that you absolutely love and it's like eye-pleasing. Make a vision board. I talk about it so many times. Without vision, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to stay motivated. I have a link for that as well. I have a vision board, create your own, to help fulfill your purpose in life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Love you guys and comment below your thoughts. Ciao.